thought I'd put an update today. 2 years ago today I became homeless in Northern Ireland, and thanks to the taxpayer I was given crisis housing for 8 weeks in a bed and breakfast. Just a bed, no access to cooking or anything. Anyway, then the Northern Ireland housing executive put me out on the street, my housing officer. Abuse, bullying, threats. And what did he do after that? Nothing. I've never heard from him again. Didn't answer my calls, didn't answer emails. And then I found out that the property that he'd offered me that was unsuitable because of the stairs and I can't access it because I have mobility issues, he claimed in my name. How much money, Aaron, did you make on top of the wages the taxpayers pay you? Because it's not like you haven't got a good job that the taxpayers give you a good package for. You get a salary, you get sick pay, you get holiday pay, and a very good pension that most of those taxpayers couldn't even match. But that's okay, because Aaron thinks it's okay for the taxpayers to fund his wage for doing a job that he doesn't do. And Luke, his manager, he was equally involved. So if we've got such a cost of living crisis going on that we're all crippled by, I'm still homeless. Thankfully, I've been given a sofa or a bed from friends here and there and haven't had to sleep in my car as much. Can't rent privately because I can't afford anything and no one will take anybody on that's not working due to disability. Oh, but they can't say that because that's discrimination, so we'll just give you a minimum income that you're never going to reach. That's how they've done it. So Keir Starmer, you're doing cutbacks and you're attacking the disabled again. So these cutbacks, can I just ask, why don't you actually look at the public servants employed and see how many others are committing fraud against the taxpayer? Because you keep saying government spending, but it's not the government. It's taxpayers' money that's been spent. And you don't care, Keir. But I can't say as I'm surprised you don't care about corruption and fraud and cover it up. Can't say I'm surprised at all. I mean, after all, what was it? The Director of Public Prosecutions? That was your one job, wasn't it? Top of the job for that institution. How did that job go? One question. Jimmy Savile? Incompetence much, Keir? And now, I can't believe when I actually think about the UK, G7 country. Wow, wow, wow. G7 country. What is this for you to claim to be proud of, Keir? You've got money for bombs, you've got money for bullets, you've got money for hotels, for people landing on a beach that you know nothing about. But hey, Keir, you just show people that no point in being good at a job you do or being competent, because if you're as rubbish as Keir, don't worry, a few years down the line and then you'll have the top god job in the country. Prime Minister. So Keir, not only has my housing officer committed fraud against me, but the NHS completely don't give two hoots that somebody's also receiving medical treatment in my name. I've reported that to everybody concerned. Nobody's bothered. So I've decided I'm going to tell the taxpayer directly. Michelle O'Neill, First Minister of Northern Ireland and the Deputy First Minister. And I would also like you to pull in the Minister for Justice and see what her feelings are towards this, of whether a job has been done properly or not. I'm also aware of fraud going on within charities in Northern Ireland, where they're paid a lot of money from the taxpayer to care for vulnerable people. This story involves a non-verbal autistic lad who was abused by a member of staff who filmed himself abusing said victim. When it was brought to the charity's attention, the Health Trust actually pay the charity to care for this young boy. They had 6 months of meetings, and what was the outcome for the abuser? Oh, that's right, 6 months on full pay, and nobody thought it was worthy to report to the police. Is that because this autistic lad's got no family around? So he's an easy target, isn't he, for you to just cover it up like you keep on doing. So let me just say, I'm going to keep repeating this message, and I'm asking the taxpayers of Northern Ireland. Are you happy that your money is going to establishments like the Northern Ireland Housing Executive or Positive Futures or mental health charities such as Inspire? Fraud beyond belief that I do have evidence for, but nobody is interested in. The police weren't interested, PSNI not fit for purpose, Health Trust not fit for purpose. The charities, not all of them, there's some good people work in those charities, but when the management decide to cover up and let that man walk free, so he's free to go and get another job with vulnerable people, and who knows how much worse his crimes may get. So to the taxpayers of Northern Ireland, if you want answers, ask Michelle O'Neill or the Deputy First Minister or the Justice Minister or anybody else that you think might actually fight for the vulnerable in Northern Ireland. And if you want to, phone Positive Futures themselves direct and ask them, what about Emmett? I'll be back.